Let's play this ad. I think this is a good way, and I would like your feedback on this. I think this was a very effective way of framing Medicare for all. This is a Bernie Sanders Ro Khanna ad on Medicare for all and freedom.
It's about the freedom of an entrepreneur to dream about starting a business without fearing that her family will lose health care. It's about the freedom of an employee to change jobs without worrying about losing his doctor. It's about the freedom of a mother to take care of her sick child without fearing that the hospital bills will pile up.
The goal of healthcare, you want to hear a radical idea? Another one? Goal of healthcare must be to provide quality care to all people, not to make billions in profits for the insurance companies and their CEOs.
Here's what Medicare for All does. It reduces the cost so that families don't have to pay $6,000 premiums every year that they can't afford, and it saves our country money by getting rid of the excessive insurance profits and the big pharma monopolies.
Today, we say to the private health insurance companies, whether they like it or not, the United States is going to join every other major country on earth and guarantee health care to all people as a right.
Every time that people come and say Medicare for all is not affordable, here's what we need to point out. I want us to ask them, how is the current system affordable with its $59 million payout to Aetna CEO, its $350 billion giveaway to Big Pharma, and its $49 trillion cost to the American economy? The current system is not affordable. Medicare for all is about freedom.
What do you think of that frame?
Which part?
The freedom. The idea that being like the actual freedom move is to give everybody government health care.
Yeah.
In contrast to all the Republican talking points you'll hear.
Right. No, I think it's great, and it kind of copies from their playbook, except you're actually giving them some sort of choice. Because just about everything that they say that you got more rights to or more freedom with is giving more freedom to, the private sector. So no, I think it's a great framing.
Also, that Aetna CEO really looked the part.
Yeah, and like the dark.
It was good that he was
shadows.
such a greasy-looking motherfucker, right?
But that's the best thing that Bernie's been doing, is really coming after these companies by name. I think that's so important to start doing, because everyone could talk about, oh yeah, there's so much greed and corruption. When you start calling companies out and people out, then you start to have mobilizations and campaigns against those specific organizations instead of just an ethereal boogeyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
just
see this Trump tweet from 23 hours ago where he calls private health is like, everybody agrees that Obamacare doesn't work. Premiums and deductibles are far too high. True. Really bad health care. Even the Democrats want to replace it, but with Medicare for all, which would cause 180 million Americans to lose their beloved private health insurance.
Let me tell you something. This is another great reason to nominate Bernie. I would love to have that fight.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Really? You don't love your private health insurance,
wait.
Malaika?
But wait, the Republicans. What else was he trying to
what's
say
the follow-up? What is there a follow-up to
Well,
it?
Unfortunately, he doesn't thread his tweets how you're supposed to.
Of course he doesn't.
I'll try to find it here. Let's see.
Great, I think that's what it was.
Our beloved, their beloved.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Private.
Our beloved, the Republicans are developing a really great healthcare plan with far lower premiums, cost. In parentheses, I'll put this up because that's funny. In other words, it would be far less expensive and much more usable than Obamacare. Vote will be taken right after the election when Republicans hold the Senate and win back the House. Oh God, this is terrifying me actually.
Yeah, it is actually terrifying, because when the Democrats figure out a way to nominate Amy Klobuchar, this will happen. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to put out bad energy.
To do this for a while now.
He's been trying to do it for a while.
Why is he saying it's suddenly going to work now?
Because John McCain, that loser, is finally dead.
Look, we had this great plan to give all of you better health care for cheaper. We could have given to you two in the first 4 years, but I thought, let's hold it back.
Let's hold it back. You want to wait.
Look,
sometimes it's more exciting in the second act.
Look, I know you need it now, but guess what? It's going to be double good when it comes.
It's coming soon, and it's going to be. You
It'll
know what?
be
You're
worth
not
the
going to
wait.
believe it.
Look, have you ever heard of the little boy who wanted 2 healthcare? Or you get 1 healthcare now or 2 healthcares later.
A lot of studies suggest that kids who can sit and wait for a reward do better.
Yeah, so
than
wait for
those
your.
who-
I think studies is giving him way too much credit.
Many people are saying.
Many people are, excuse me, not studies.
Right, there it is.
Many people are saying that kids that can wait to eat the candy do better than the other kids. And a lot of people are saying it.
So just hold on.
So hold on.
Wait
it'll
for
be great.
2020.
Don't worry, you won't miss your beloved private health insurance.
It's very important that we do healthcare. So in 2020, we'll get it. It's going to be simple.
I've noticed that Bernie takes a lot of shots at Trump. And I just also, the only other thing I want to say about that, I think that is a very clear contrast with Elizabeth Warren, what David said. Did you go to his Bernie's Brooklyn thing? I was shocked at the amount of specificity that there, it wasn't just like, the tech companies do this. It was literally like, Jeff Bezos has an expense account and we're going to fucking take it and we're going to give it to you. Like it was super like, he has an instinct for class politics.
Right.
That's the socialism, right? Like it's not all these like nerdy debates about what kind of this or that. It's like Elizabeth Warren has some great policies and she's cool, whatever. But like, she doesn't have that understanding that like, even in order to do like a nice reform agenda like that you really are going to have to take it to these people.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fight. Like, we're really in class warfare right now. And so if you don't have that sort of energy behind you, I think people aren't going to register it as genuine as much as they would find it in Bernie.
And not go to the streets. I think like if Bernie Sanders or Jeremy Corbyn, for that matter, come to power, it's going to be even more work what comes after they come to power. Right. And so like the concept that you need to mobilize versus like, well, I'm going to come to power with all these great ideas and then we're going to negotiate. That is why I can't get over her equivocating on Medicare for all. It's not just that I think Medicare for all is a complete moral non-negotiable, which I do, and it is fundamentally moral to me. It's that I am shocked that the only reason she would equivocate on that, because I think she does have good instincts, not like the others who I just don't think actually really support it. I think she probably does, but she's actually thinking in terms of like, oh, well, I'm going to have to negotiate.
Yeah, the politicking.
Right. And it's delusional.
And she's bad at that.
And she's not good at it. And even in order to do what she's looking to do, in order to do what Beto's looking to do, will take unprecedented. It took unprecedented mobilization to pass Obamacare. And that's an old heritage plan. You've just watched a Michael Brooks show video, and you can watch all of our full main live shows every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and subscribe to get all of the clips you want. We're covering the globe. We're focusing on international relations, the intellectual dark web. We're having fun. We're doing deep dives with a lot of amazing guests. Of course, become a patron for the whole thing at patreon.com/TMBS, or subscribe to this YouTube channel and help us keep growing and get that content out there. Subscribe.